Hi, welcome to this excerpt from one of the Petrie Method training modules. This training video is for you if you're an architecture firm owner who wants a proven and easy to follow method for understanding client motivations on a deep level and speaking the client's language in a way that sets you up as the premier and logical choice to fulfill the client's needs. What you're about to see has been developed over dozens of years with dozens of clients selling high-value professional services. This video is part of Module 2 Benefit Busting of the Petrie Method. In this training, you're going to learn an influence and persuasion skill that 99% of architects don't even know about. This video outlines the three-step FAB process that turns the features your architecture firm offers into irresistible benefits that your clients can truly understand. Hi, I'm Enoch Sears from Architects Marketing. The session you're about to see right now is led by Richard Petrie, the world's foremost architect marketing coach and my partner in Architects Marketing. What you'll see in the following video is only a piece of the full Petrie Method training, which is available for purchase through Architects Marketing. I'm sure when you watch this video, you're going to want to get the full Petrie Method training course. Details on that are available at the end of this video. So with that, here's your training on the three-step FAB process.
I'm listening.
Right. So what we've got to do is we've got to align our thinking with the way that the potential buyer's thinking. If we can talk the same language as them, then all of a sudden there's a sync. And what happens when you're in sync with someone? Starts with R. You get resonance and rapport. You get in rapport. Now what happens when you're in rapport with someone?
You're on the same wavelength.
You're on the same, yes. Yeah. You're on the same wavelength. And if you're singers, you're both singing and you're both working off each other and it sounds better. When you're not in sync, you have two singers singing a different song, it sounds terrible. And they don't want to sing with you and you don't want to sing with them. So it's this process. When you get this right, it's almost like you're singing in harmony. So what we need to know is FAB. So you've got that in your books. This stands for feature. Okay, this stands for advantage, this stands for benefit. Okay, nice three little step formula. Now a feature, what is a feature? What is a feature?
It's what a building has.
Yeah.
It is what a building has,
Yep, it's what it is.
as opposed to
It's a thing. Yeah, it's just a thing, or it's a spec. So exactly, you know. Yeah, it's a feature. What's a feature of a car? You've got the steering wheel, you've got the wheels, you've got ABS braking, it's the thing you're talking about. What's the advantage? So this is what it is or has. The advantage is what it does. All right? That's what it does. That's the advantage. The benefit is the impact of this thing and what it does. So it's the impact. Or another way of saying it's how it affects someone's life. Right? So, for example, air brakes. What's those cushions that come out? Airbags. Right. Feature, advantage, or a benefit?
Feature does.
Feature. That's what it is. It is a feature. What does it do?
Protects life.
Yeah, it does. What does it do? But it deploys on impact. You're right. It deploys on impact. What benefit does that have? Saves your life, right? Airbag saves your life. Which one is more logical? Or yeah. I mean, this end is sort of the logical end. Which end is more emotional? This end. Which end is easier to roll off and say, you know, we have this and this and this and this and this? Which end is easier to roll off? We do this and we do that. This end, right? Now, this is where most people, particularly selling professional services and everything actually, is they all get caught up in their features. We have this, and we can do 3D drawings, and we can do BIM, and we can do, you know, we use ArchiCAD, and we'll come up with these concepts. They're all things, right? And then you might explain, oh, you know, that means you'll be able to see it before you actually get it. We go that far. We don't often take the next step over to here and explain actually what that really means is this. Now this is the logical end, this is the emotional end. Which end is the money shot? One end is far more, right. Here is the money shot over here. Okay, so this one, if I said to you, I've got something in our car and it'll potentially save your life. Or I said, this car comes with 3 airbags. See the difference? Right, big difference. People buy an emotion, justify with logic. So what I need is another feature.
Oh. Installation, high R value. Okay, a simple one would be high R value.
What does that do?
Reduce, I don't know if it's a benefit or advantage, it reduces demand for energy. So
Is that emotional?
the feature, what does the feature do?
Yeah.
It's not emotional.
It's not emotional.
No, so what it does is reduces energy use.
Energy loss, energy gain.
Reduces energy loss, okay.
And the benefit is comfort, higher comfort.
Which gives you
A happy wife.
lower costs. Yeah, right, happy wife.
Lower cost, to the builder, possibly more sales. I don't know. I mean, there's
Yeah, right, more sales.
environmental impact, positive environmental impact. Building is more durable over time.
Okay, okay.
Get the-
Well, that might come back into here, but more durable, I don't know. You see that? But can you see how the whole thing's, it's all connected around that, but we've spelt it out properly. We've got to the emotional side through the logic, and then it becomes emotional at the end. And this story can be as wonderful as is reasonable. But there are, you've all got incredibly good stories about, have you got great stories about successes you've had by doing things a certain way and using a certain technique and using a certain product, and it's ended up in a fantastic result at the other end for the client? You all got stories like that? And are you telling those stories in this in a format that makes sense? Are you linking it back to the feature, but are you making sure to have the great success for the client at the end? Okay, I guess this is just a structure for telling evidence-based stories. Okay, if you talk just at this end, it's boring. If you talk just at this end, it might sound like unsubstantiated hype. If you link the two together, you have a really good story that's believable. Make sense? This is where the emotion is over here. And, ideally we have it paints a story. So you can't just gloss over it. You want this to be a good story over here. But it all comes back to this simple feature. Make sense? Yeah, Charles.
Is this like having the client or the potential client to buy into the emotion of what you're trying to?
Good
is that
question.
The whole idea?
Yeah, quite possibly. It's putting an emotional spin on each of your features, I suppose. So, if you're starting from here, the other way of doing it could be to say, how do you want to feel when your new home's been built? Here we go again. Right? They might give you some of this, And then you can link it back to, okay, because you said that, we need something which does this. Therefore, we can do that, and if we did that. Now you've linked what they want to feel. Now at the moment, I'm guessing and making up stories which sound good. But you're right, if you went back the other way, it's going to be even better. So, a good question over here is, imagine you've taken, like we did with Charles, imagine you've taken possession of your home and you're absolutely delighted with how it's turned out and you're really happy with everything that's gone on. How do you feel? How would you feel in this new house? What would you need to be feeling to know you'd made a great decision and you're really happy? Oh, I'd be feeling, relaxed. It's my sanctuary. It's this, it's that. Boom, boom, boom. Now, they're not going to give you that, are they? They're going to give you this. Okay, great. And what would you be seeing? What would you be seeing? I'd be seeing this and I'd be seeing that. Okay, great. Now you can know when you go back and link things to things you're going to do over here, you know what you need to link it to on this side. So you're making that and that. This will give you this, which will give you this. You know how you said you wanted that? That's how we're going to give it to you. You know how you said you wanted this? Great. Well, we need something which is going to do this result for us. So that leads to that, and we're going to do this. Oh, fantastic. So what you could say, what you're saying is you need something which does, because you want all this, you need something which has this and this and this and this in the design. Absolutely I do. Because when they see those things, they feel and think these things. You've made the connection. Now, most architects will never make the connection between this side and this side. They'll start here. The good ones might talk about what it does. Hardly ever do they get over here. But you just assume that the client will make the connection over here. They don't. They've got so much going through their head, they haven't got time to make the emotional connection over here. But that's where you can help them. You don't make things which aren't true, but you can propose outcomes which can happen and which often do happen, and that changes everything. If you've got something to say, that's cool. The exercise will be, I want you to list, say, 3 features, say 2 features. 2 features that you think are kind of unique to you, something that you do that's a cool thing. And then I want you to spell out that's what it is, this is what it does, and this is how it affects people's lives. So I want you to create a good story all the way to the other side. Make sense? Yep. Easy? No, I never said it would be easy. I said it would be worth it. Right. Let's go.
So this is about integrated project delivery, but this feature that I'm going to talk about is the same as you would get in design build. So this is for commercial clients. Going back to your board of directors over and over for more and more money to cover the change orders as the budget continues to increase over the lifetime of the project could very well cost you your job.
Oh, you've got my attention. You've got my attention.
All right. You avoid this by getting a firm bid early in the project, not an estimate, but a bid that you can actually hold the team to.
Nice.
And the only way to do that is to hire the actual builders who will really construct the project from the beginning so that they can establish the budget and work with the designers.
Nice job.
Works?
That's excellent. Well done, well done. So it's just about, having a bit of a structure. That's all. And like you say, you can go that way, or sometimes it's even more powerful to go back that way. The story here can be how great life will be when you've got it, or it can be how terrible life will be if you don't have it. That's it. So let's just do some key points. In fact, let's do it on this one, and then we'll just throw that up on the wall. So this is benefit busting, feature advantage benefit. What are some distinctions? In fact, write them down. Write what some of the distinctions you just learned from doing this exercise. Yep.
Because earlier we talked about it's a lot easier to be different than to be better.
Yes.
And so just by like thinking through the processes that I already utilize, and distinguishing them according to the sort of the three key things that we just talked about, and even coming up with a little clever name, but you don't even always have to do that. But I figure out ways to talk about your services that just you can make what you do sound like it's very distinct from the way the other people are doing it, even if on first blush, before I came in here this week, I wasn't sure how those things would be. And it's just a matter of sitting down and thinking it through and making up those things, identifying those, and to be able to just discuss my work in a different way.
Well, as we saw when we were around the room earlier, everybody is very bad at explaining why you should, deal with me over all other options. We struggle. We say we listen more. We've been in business a long time. We struggle to say. But this is how, by breaking it down, by breaking each thing down, we can turn each thing into a life-changing advantage or a life-changing cost if they don't do it. So just imagine for a second. Imagine you were able to talk and explain to things not just what happened and not just how it worked, but you're also able to explain how it's going to affect them positively when they do it, or potentially dangerously and negatively if they don't do it. Just have a think of the impact that might have on your ability to communicate and persuade people if you kept working on this and developed this over the next 12 months, just this alone. Let's say you do talk to them in a way that they understand, in their language, because of course your buyers, you do way more buying than you do selling. So you'd think that you'd be really good at selling. All you have to do is just link it up with how you're buying. And we know that when we're buying things, we're thinking, how will this make me feel? How will it affect my life? That's how we make purchases. So all we have to do is adapt our talking and our communication in line with that. They don't care about your features, they care about the result those features deliver to them. Okay, so people are buying results and outcomes. They're not buying features. Okay, they're buying the results that those things can give them.
Well, that's the end of this excerpt from Module 2 of the Petrie Method on benefit busting. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm sure you found at least one golden insight in this training that will change the way you present your services to clients, and as a result, change the results you get when you're chasing those projects and going up against your competition. Now, I'd like you to take a moment and just reflect on your top takeaway from this module. Get that in your mind, write it down if need be, and answer this question: how will this takeaway affect your future success if you apply it? As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this excerpt is only one module of 6 Petrie Method training modules. The other 5 modules, you'll discover how to attract the clients you want to work with by identifying your ideal target market, how to create a 3-year vision and strategic marketing plan that gets you to where you want to be, the 8 categories of questions you should be asking all of your prospective clients, which most architects only know and use 3 of them, and how to eliminate objections before they're brought up. You'll also discover how to present your services convincingly and unforgettably in 7 seconds or less. These are just a few of the additional topics covered in the full Petrie Method training that's available on Architects Marketing. To get more information about the full Petrie Method, click the button below this video now.